What's up, YouTube? My name is Ryan Roots, and I am an online reseller. What that means is I buy stuff and then I mark it up and sell it online for profit. The two main platforms that we sell on are eBay and Amazon. One of the questions that we get every single week is, can you make reselling online a full-time job? Can I make $52,000 a year profit buying stuff and flipping it online? So that's what this video is going to be about today. Can you make a good living reselling stuff online? And if so, how do you do it? So the question is, why should you even listen to anything I have to say? Who am I and what do I really know, right? Well, last year our online businesses did roughly $300,000. This year so far we're on track to do about $500,000. So I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to reselling stuff online. By the way, there's only two of us working in this business, myself and my lovely wife Allison, who you can see in some of our other videos. We do bring in some part-time help when we need it, but primarily it's just the two of us working full-time in this business. Okay, so can you make $52,000 a year reselling stuff online? And how do you really do that? Well, the answer is yes, absolutely. There's tons of people out there making $52,000 or more as their full-time job selling stuff on eBay and Amazon. And ever since my main man Gary V put out the 2017 Flip Challenge, there's been a lot of new resellers coming into the game and trying to learn how this works. So this video is for anybody who would like to make reselling a full-time job. I'm going to show you guys how to make $52,000 a year reselling online. And again, guys, listen, this is my opinion. If you don't like what I have to say, that's all right. This is just stuff that we know really well because we've done it and we know it works. So here we go. I'm going to break this down into 5 steps. There's 5 steps that you can follow to go and make this a full-time job. Okay, so step number 1. Step number 1 is go and open your accounts. There's 3 main accounts that I recommend you open: eBay, Amazon, and PayPal. Now, if you want to do this as a serious thing, I recommend opening an eBay store. You can open just a basic one to begin with, but there are huge benefits to opening up an eBay store. I recommend you open a professional account because you need that account to grow with Amazon. And I recommend you open up a PayPal business account because this is going to be a business for you. Again, if you want to make $52,000 a year, you have to run this like a company. You can't just go out there and think you'll be able to do it. You need to have a plan of action and do it the right way. So now that you have your account set up, the next step, step number 2, is to find where can you source items from. I'm going to talk to you guys about 2 main places to source from: garage sales or yard sales and thrift stores. I wholeheartedly believe that from just those 2 locations, you can make $50,000 plus a year from sourcing from only garage sales and only thrift stores. But you need to have a plan of action. So let's talk about garage sales first. Garage sales are typically held on a Saturday and a Sunday, so on the weekends. And there's a few different ways you can find these garage sales. We like to use a free app. It's called Yard Sale Treasure Map. It's really cool. It pulls all of the posts of garage sales or yard sales from Craigslist and puts it into one app on your phone where you can see everything and route out your day the right way. So plan that out. If you have a free Saturday or a free Sunday morning, it's literally going out from about 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on a Saturday or a Sunday morning and going to these garage sales. If you plan it out right and there's a good amount of garage sales in your area, you should be able to hit about, let's say, 15 to 20 while you're out there, and you should be able to pick up a good amount of items. We try to average about 1 to 2 items picked up at each garage sale. So if we're going to 15 garage sales, we like to get around 20 to 30 items while we're out. If we're doing things the right way, we should bring in about $30 profit per item that we go and buy at garage sales or yard sales. So if I'm buying 20 items and I'm making $30 profit per item, I know that I'm making $600 profit each weekend that I go out to garage sales. So let's look at that for a second. If I'm going out to garage sales and I'm making $600 profit, right? Each weekend that I go out, that works out to $31,200 for the year. So just from garage sales, you could make 30 grand. And it's a lot of fun. Alli and I go out to garage sales and it really is fun. We look for stuff together. We research stuff right on our phones while we're out there. And it really is a lot of fun, guys, to just go out and spend a few hours sourcing stuff and looking at things. And a lot of the times we end up buying stuff for ourselves as well while we're out there. So it is actually fun to go garage selling. Next is thrift stores. If you work during the weekends or if you're just not able to go to garage sales, maybe it's snowing where you are, there are thrift stores everywhere. Some of the ones that I would recommend would be Salvation Army, really good stuff there. Goodwill, if you can find the ones that don't mark stuff up really, really high. Savers is a really good one as well. So there are lots and lots of thrift stores out there to go and purchase items from to then take and resell online. Now your thrift store items are typically going to be clothes and shoes. Those items are going to be going on eBay. And usually when we're buying stuff from thrift stores like clothes and shoes, we shoot for around $15 to $20 profit on each item that we purchase. The nice thing about thrift stores is that the amount of money that you spend on each item is typically very low. So usually we're only spending maybe $2 to $3 per item. So it's not a whole lot of cash you have to put out to get a decent return. So let's look at the numbers on just thrift stores. If we're going out to thrift stores during the week and we are buying 40 items, which is very easy in my opinion to do. If we buy 40 items that make us a profit of $20 per item, that is an additional $800 per week. Times that by 52 weeks in the year, that's $41,600 just from thrift stores. So look at that, guys. If you're just able to go to garage sales and thrift stores and you do it the right way, you make it your actual job and you focus on buying the right items, we're talking about $72,800 a year. $72,800 a year. If all you wanted to do was make $52,000 just from garage sales and thrift stores, you can crush that goal. And now step number 3. Guys, step number 3 is knowing what items to buy, what brands to buy, how much to pay for them, and how to research how much those items are selling for. So first off, what should you buy? Well, I believe you shouldn't limit yourself to one particular category. I know there's a lot of resellers out there that only focus on shoes, or only focus on clothes, or only focus on electronics. We like to focus on anything that makes us money. So here are some examples of stuff that sells really, really well for us on eBay and Amazon. Electronics, anything that's Sirius or XM radio sells really well. Toys and video games, you can usually pick these up pretty cheap. They sell quickly online. Purses, watch the brands and make sure that they're real. You don't want to sell a fake purse on eBay or Amazon. Anything that's brand new that you can find, you can usually send to Amazon as long as you're not restricted in that category. So like dog bark collars are awesome for us on Amazon. We sell them all the time. Hats, snapbacks, these do really well for us. If you can find the right brand and the right condition, they do well. Vintage sunglasses. Vintage sunglasses sell really well for us, and you can usually get a lot of money for them depending on what brand they are. Clothing, we do extremely well on jackets, like old military jackets, army jackets, leather jackets, Harley Davidson, any motorcycle jacket sells extremely well for us. Vintage Hawaiian shirts. Anything that's Hawaiian, that's made in Hawaii, typically sells pretty well. So Hawaiian shirts, and usually the brighter and crazier the shirt is, the better. Computer ink. We sell a ton of computer ink. We get it all the time from a variety of different places. It sells usually within the same day of us listing it on eBay or it landing in the Amazon FBA warehouse. The stuff sells like hotcakes. Make sure you buy it. Oh, even if it's expired, you can still sell it. Shoes, we like to look out for certain shoes in particular. Boots sell really well for us. Other than that, we look for those brands like Nike, Adidas. Vintage shoes do sell well. Just make sure that the condition of the shoes is decent. And then vintage stuff. We love to sell vintage, like vintage electronics and toys. They do really well for us, guys. Anything from like the 70s, 80s, even early 90s. There's a lot of millennials that grew up in the early 90s, 2000s that have cash now available and they want to buy their childhood. I'm one of them. I will definitely pay up for something that is nostalgic to me. So look out for those retro toys and games and that kind of thing. So what brands should you look out for, and how do you research items so you know how much they're going to sell for before you even buy the item? I'm not going to bore you with too many brands, but you definitely want to look out for stuff like True Religion, Miss Me, Vineyard Vines is a good one, Hermes, Versace, Prada, Harley Davidson, Sperry shoes are good, Jimmy Choo, even like Skechers shape-up shoes have sold really well for us. Let's see, Fry, Cole Haan, Tory Burch, Disney stuff sells really well. Boxing and wrestling shoes have sold nice for us in the past. Those box TV sets like Friends seasons 1 through 7 or whatever, those sell really well for us. Those vintage toys like G.I. Joes and Polly Pockets and those kind of things, again, sell really well. Video games, coffee machines, iPads, iPhones, iPods, anything Apple kills it. Oakley, Versace, Ray-Ban, there's a lot of those high-end brands that you should look out for, but again, make sure you are authenticating them so that you know that they're real before you go and try to sell them. So now when you see something out there that you feel would be a good purchase, how do you research that item to know for sure that you're making a good decision? There's two main apps that we use right on our phones while we're out there sourcing stuff. The eBay app for eBay and FBA Scan for Amazon. Both of them are fairly easy to use. If you're looking for comps on the eBay app, for example, you literally just search for the item you're looking for. Like if it says ink, I'll type in HP ink 56 and I'll find the items that have sold. On the eBay app, it's very important that you filter by sold listings because you don't really want to know what people are asking for the items. You want to know how much that item has sold for in the past. So you filter it by sold items and your comps will be right there. So again, if I look on the eBay app and I find a comp that's $40 and I can buy that item for $5, I know that it's a good deal. The FBA Scan app, again, is really simple. The nice thing about that is if you have an item with a UPC barcode on the back, you can literally just scan that item and the FBA Scan app will tell you how much profit you will make from that item if you take it and ship it off to Amazon FBA. And that's how you do it, guys. Those are some items that are really good buys. I told you some brands that are really good buys. I gave you the apps and tools that you need to research those items so that you know what the comps look like and you know how much money you can make per item, which now brings us to step number 4. Step number 4 is reinvest your profits. If you want to build this into an actual business that is generating income for you, you need to have inventory that you can sell for a profit. You can't take $10, sell something for $50, and then take that $40 and pocket it and call it a day. That's not a business, that's a hobby. If you want to make this a business, you need to take some of your profits and use that to buy more inventory. The more inventory you can buy for the right price, the better. We like to tell people to look out for those bread and butter locations, those places where you can go on a regular basis and find items that will make you consistent profit. So find those thrift stores that work really well for you and go to them every single week. And as long as you're getting consistent profit from the items you're buying, continue to take your profits and reinvest it into more and more inventory. If you don't have the items to list, you're not gonna make any money in this business. You have to buy stuff to make money. And lastly, guys, step number 5. Step number 5 is to keep an open mind. Always be learning. Learn from people who have actually done this. There is a great community of resellers on YouTube. There's a great community of resellers on Instagram, but it's important to make sure you're learning from people like us who are actually out there doing what we say we do, walking the walk every single day, not just putting out videos and talking. We want you guys to be successful in becoming resellers. And most of us resellers are more than willing to guide you in the right direction. But also remember to stay humble, guys. You will make mistakes. You are gonna fall. You will make bad buys. You will probably lose money, especially when you're first starting in this game. But don't let that get you down. Get back up on your feet and continue to go. It's very important, guys, to persevere in this business. You may be down one day, but the next day you're going to make a bunch of sales and you'll be right back up. So just be persistent, continue on, and if you want to make this a full-time job, you have to persevere. So the question was, is it possible to make $52,000 a year profit selling stuff on eBay and Amazon? And the answer to that is absolutely. There are a lot of people doing it, and I've shown you a few items and ways that you're able to do that. But I want you to look at it this way. If you focus just on finding items that will give you a $20 profit per item, that means to make $52,000 a year profit, you would need to sell 2,600 items. That breaks down to 216 items a month, or 54 items a week, or around 7 to 8 items a day sold for $20 profit. Profit being after the cost of the item, after your eBay and PayPal fees, after your Amazon fees, and after your shipping expenses. If you can make $20 per item and sell 2,600 items a year, you are making $52,000. So yes, it's definitely possible. I feel you can do it just from thrift stores and from garage sales. The important thing is to go out there and actually do it. If you just sit here and watch videos on YouTube and gather all this information and do nothing with it, then you won't make any money. But if you go out there and you actually do it, you can and will make a lot of money reselling stuff online. And I believe in you. I really do think that most people can do this business. I'll tell you this, when we first started reselling stuff online, we only started this business with $200 and a hope and a dream. And we built that into a business that now does hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So yes, it's absolutely possible if you set your mind to it and you focus and you do the right things and you learn from the right people, you will absolutely be a success as a reseller. And that's it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. Even if you disagree with me entirely, just let me know in the comments. If you like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Maybe watch some of our other videos. We're gonna keep putting videos like this out. So if there's anything you wanna see, let me know. I'm Ryan Roots, and I will see you on the next video. Later.